Alright guys, this is the second part of our video, Manus AI clone. In this video, I'm going to continue where we left up in previous parts. We're going to learn how to set up the long-term and short-term memory for our deepAgent. We're going to add a set tool and web scraping tool to our deepAgent. We're going to talk about context flooding in order to improve the efficiency of our deepAgents. We are going to learn what is a skill and how to use it in order to improve the capability of our deepAgents. And also we're going to learn how to teach our agent to learn and improve. We're going to talk about that. We are going to learn how to run a Nodejs app into a Sandbox environment. And on chapter 5, we're going to add browsing capability to our deepAgents. We're going to use PlayWright. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, now we're going to set up a long-term and short-term memory for our deepAgents. As you know guys, actually our deepAgent doesn't have any memory. If I ask the deepAgents about what I'm working on right now, it doesn't know anything. And in order to make it aware about everything I'm doing, we're going to pass it a memory. Now you can see this is the actual architecture. We have here the deepAgents. Okay, yeah, we have here the memory agents. Which is collaborating with the deepAgents. We have something like this, okay? This is the memory agent. Okay, if we pass an input to the memory agent here, the memory agents, if the actual input doesn't concern the memory agent, it's going to forward it to the deepAgents. That's how it works actually, okay? And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take here, once the memory agents load here the memory, okay? He loads the memory. Now I'm going to take here the memory and then I'm pass it to the deepAgents, okay? That's what I'm going to do in order to make our system pretty smart, okay? Now I'm going to head into the context assembler, okay? You can see this is the class that we use in order to assemble the context to the LLM. Now at the top here, I'm gonna move here. You can see we got here fixed layers. Okay, that's what we pass to the memory. That's what we pass to the memory agents. Now I'm going to pass here the deepAgent context. Okay, this is an array, and you can see I pass here that John, and we're gonna get a string. Okay, and as you can see, we got here two array. For the first one, we're gonna pass it to the memory agents, and for the second one, we're gonna pass it to the deepAgents. And here, for the deepAgents, I remove here the system layer, okay? I get rid of the system prompt of the memory agents, okay? I just remove here the system prompt and I pass here the user profile, the long-term and short-term memory I pass in here, okay? Now we're gonna take here the deepAgent context and then we're gonna return it. Now we're gonna head into the memory agents, and then what I'm going to do, guys, we are going to move at the bottom here. You can see here we got this. You can see if I move right here, stream agent v1, okay, and here, as you can see in here, we got context assembler. Okay, we got context assembler here. Okay, you can see we got context assembler here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, guys, we are going to head into the stream agent v1. Okay, you can see we have here context assembler. Now we are going to return here the deepAgent memory. Okay, we're gonna pass in here, we're gonna return here the contents, and also we're gonna pass here the deepAgent context. Okay, we're gonna take the context, we're gonna pass it to the deepAgents. Now we are going to head into now the graph. Okay, inside the graph here. And I'm passing our property deepAgent context, okay, like this. And we are going to extra now here. You can see we have here stream agent v1. And if I go back here, you can see we return here inside the stream agent v1. Yeah, in here, you can see this is the stream agent v1. And as you can see at the bottom here, I'm returning here the full contents, which is the message, which is the content generated by the memory agents, and I'm passing here the deepAgent context. Now we're gonna go into the graph.ts and then we're gonna extract the data from the objects, and we're gonna pass here the full content and we're gonna pass here the context. Okay, like this. Now we're gonna take here the context and then we're gonna pass it to the deepAgent states. Okay, you can see in here I pass here a command and then I pass here states that I want updates, and then I pass the deepAgent context. And also we're gonna go at the bottom here. We are going to, you can see we got here the deepAgent, test deepAgent. Now we're gonna pass here state that's deepAgents, agents, deep agent contest like this. And actually, if we interact with a deep agents and we pass it a question like to build an app for us or to do a research, and if the deep agent forgot, we can ask the deep agent to do something, okay? Because it is a memory, it's gonna literally remember everything about the ongoing task, okay? That's why it's better to pass the memory. Now, the next thing we're gonna do, guys, let me see here. We are going to add here some tools to our deep agents like a web search and a web scraper. Yeah, if we pass to our deep agents a web search tool, the agent's gonna be able to head on the internet and grab data. And if we pass it the web scraper tool, the agent can be able to extract data from a URL. Okay. Now I'm going to head into here and we're gonna head into the deep agent folder. And here you can see we have here deep agent folder. Okay. Now you're gonna pass here something here. You're gonna pass here search tools. And as you can see, I'm using here exhaust search. And you can pass here, you can head on exa.ai. Yeah, type here exa.ai. And then you're gonna get here you're gonna get this. Okay, you're gonna get the AP key. And then you're gonna pass it into your environment variable. And you're gonna pass it this. Okay, this is set tool. Okay, pretty easy, guys. This is set tool. And also, we're gonna pass here web scraper tool, and as you can see, I'm using here Cheetah web-based loader in order to extract data from a URL. And once we got data, we're gonna convert it into string, and we're gonna return it to the LLM. Okay. And now, if we head into the test deep agents, if I type here deep agents, and we pass here the set tool and web scraper tool. Okay, you can see pretty simple, guys. And what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to pass here to our deep agents like I can pass here, give me a summary. We can pass something like give me the summary of the page. Okay, only that. And then if I tap enter here, our deep agent is gonna work on it. Okay, you can see it's gonna start working and actually thinking. Yeah, it's in rethinking, and you can see in here the transfer the inputs. They pass the input to they're gonna pass here the input to the deep agents, and you can see actually they are compressing the memory. That's why you can see they compress the memory. Okay, you can see we run into the compression layer, the memory was full, and as we run into the compression layer, we are going to take the data and we're going to pass it to the vector database. And now the deep agents start working. Yeah, I can set and summarize that article for you. And you can see once I have these details, I'll compile the information for you and forward it to my research assistant. You can see here the deep agent here needs clarification. I can certainly summarize that article for you. Make sure the summary meets your needs. Could you let me know length? Yeah, do you prefer one or two paragraph? You can see, yeah, I can pass here even like 1 2 paragraph, and yeah, and focus. Are you most interested in practical, yeah, techniques? Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, should the summary be a plain text or bullet points? Yeah. And once I have these details, I'll compile the information. Okay. Now I'm gonna pass here focus. I can pass here this. I'm gonna copy this is focus. We're gonna pass here this focus, and we're gonna copy here the formats. Okay, we're gonna copy this, and we're gonna tap enter. And then you're gonna see the deep agents. As it is a memory, it can continue working on a task. Okay. Yeah, you can see we move to the node B, and actually I think the node B is making reset here. Okay, node B is working. Okay, you can see we got here thinking, and yeah, you can see node B actually is writing some files. Okay. And you can see in here, yeah, you can see actually we got here to-do list. You can see here we have here to-do list. Okay, we got here to-do list. and it spawn here is sub agents. You can see spawning is sub agents, and then okay, the agent is writing some files here, is writing files. You can see we have your reports, and yeah, we got here the sub agents. Okay, great. Okay, continue working. Okay, continue working here. Okay, continue working. Okay, we got here summary, and now we can visualize this. You can see that's what I told you previously. You can see now we have a little summary. Okay, every time the agent generates reports, and you can see here we have a summary. Okay, every report that the agent is gonna generate, we're gonna get access to it. Okay, and yeah, you can see we got here a beautiful summary. Okay, okay, we can see we have important links. Okay, the agent still working here. Haven't finished. Okay, continue. Let me see here this report here. Okay, reset reports. Okay, Lillian Wang's prompt engineering article. You can see we have zero shots, few shots, and you can see we have your practical methods and best practice. Okay, we got here this, and we have here too the source here at the bottom. Okay, it's still working in here. Let me see. Oh yeah, it finished working. And actually, it forgot to update here the to do. Okay, I can pass here. You forgot to update it to do. Yeah, I can pass here. Don't forget to update to do's when I'm passing. Don't forget up to update to do's when you are making research. Okay, now it's gonna understand making research. Next time, fix this. Okay, if I tap in, let's see here. We're gonna check here if the agent's gonna update here the to do. Let's see. Maybe I don't know why it didn't continue here. Okay, I got it. I'll make sure to keep the to-do list up to date when I'm doing research from now on. Yeah, you can see got it. Or make sure to keep the to-do list up to date whenever I'm doing research from now on. If there's anything else you'd like me to note, or just let me know. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Actually, if we ask the agents something, it's gonna update it to do every time. Okay. And you can see if I click here, we have the possibility here, guys, to see here the reports the agent generate here. And you can see we have here some reports. Let me click here. You can see we got here prompt engineering summary. Yeah, I'm not read here this. You can see we got here the reports. Okay. Okay, here's the final report, I think. We have here this. And we got here too. We have here this prompt engineering reports. We got this. Okay. Yeah, we got here this. And I think we got here only, this is the summary. This is the final summary. Prompt engineering row. .md. Let me see here. I think this is the final summary. Okay. Prompt engineering reports. This is the final summary. Okay. And now here we have the possibility to see here the summary of the page. You can see it talks about prompt engineering. Okay. You can see here we have prompt engineering techniques, zero shot, few shots. Oh yeah, you can see instruction, channel thoughts. Okay, you can see we got everything in here. Okay, everything. Okay, and we got here some sources. Okay, that's cool. Now I'm gonna pass here another input like this. Okay, make research about channel thoughts. Okay, and we can copy a make research of, yeah, we can pass a make research about channel thoughts. You can see here's the input that I pass here, make research about channel thoughts, prompting. Yeah, we're gonna pass here this in 2 pages. Yeah, in 2 pages. Okay. Yeah, let's see what we're gonna have here. Okay, and we're going to see if the agent's gonna apply here this. You can see they write here something into the long-term memory. As you can see here, yeah, you can see pass the content, personal rule when conducting research. always update the to-do list after each step. Okay, now let's see if the agent it's gonna do that. And actually you can see here the agent is collecting a clarification. You can see, yeah, you can see here, let me move at the bottom here. You can see, okay, I'm past here this. I'm tap inner. The agent is asking more clarification. You can see, sure, I've got the length. Okay, this is the length here. Yeah, to make sure the final repo matches exactly what you need, could you let me know a few more details? And let me pass here. I can pass here. Yeah, we are going to pass here only. Yeah, I can pass here. I can pass here only. Yeah, take into consideration everything, and start research. I'm passing this, and now let's see what we're gonna have here. Yeah, again here we got here the agent still asking for clarification. Okay, and again, yeah, formatting and pass here markdown. Formatting, you can pass here markdown. Okay, we're gonna pass this. Okay, start working here. Okay, you can see actually create again to-dos here. Now we're going to see if the agent is gonna update to-dos as is working. We're gonna try to check that. Yeah, you can see actually start working. It start working, and it create here file called channel server. Yeah, you can see start working. Okay, start creating files, and you can see actually you already spawn here one sub agents. And what about the to do here, guys? Okay. Yeah, guys, you can see actually the agents finish working, and you can see it updates all to-dos. Okay, you can see we have it completed. As I told you later, guys, if the agent makes a mistake, inform the agents. Okay, this agent has a memory. If you inform the agent that he make a mistake, it's not gonna do it later. Okay, if the agents generate an error, inform the agents. Okay, it's better to inform the agents. If the agents perform well or bad, inform the agents. Okay, and you can see here, guys, the agent creates here 29 files. Okay, throughout the research. Okay, we have here 29 files, and it was pretty small. If you pass an input that make the agent create 50 files, it's gonna take longer, guys. Okay, you can see actually for this input we have here 29 files. Okay, we have here this. Okay, and now you can see here we have the possibility to see here reports. Okay, about channel thoughts. Okay, you can see we have here comprehensive reports. Okay, we got this, and you can read it. Okay, you can read it, guys. And also we have here other reports. I can go back here. Yeah, CTO reset reports. We have here this. We have here this CTO rotator. Yeah, you can see we have a lot of things here, guys. Okay, yeah, you can see this here. This file right here has been generated. Yeah, this was generated, and then the agents take all generated reports and compile them. Okay, that's what we got here, something like this. CTO reset reports. I think this is the final reports. Okay, this is the final reports. Okay, that's what you can see. It's beautiful. You can see this one is beautiful. Okay, this one is beautiful, and you can see we have here some sources. Okay, this is a deepAgent. Okay, if I ask this deepAgent to make more research about a channel thought, it's gonna continue and it's gonna create another to-do list. Okay, you can see here everything is working pretty well. Okay, all right, guys, now we're gonna talk about context offloading. Context offloading is a technique where the agents takes data from external tools and keep it on the disk. Let me explain you how it works in practice. Now, let's say we have here the agent. This is the agent here. Now, this agent here has a set tool. We have here a set tool. This is a search tool. Okay, we got here a search tool. Now, once we pass an input like make research about X thing, let's pass here, let's say the input, the user pass something like this. Pass here make research about LinkedIn, something like this. This is the user input. Now we're gonna take that and then we're gonna pass it to the agents. Now, once the agents got here the inputs, it's gonna call here a search tool. It's gonna go here on the internet. We have here the internet. It's gonna go on the internet, and then it's gonna get here data. And let's say here, once it goes on the internet, it gets here the tool results here. Let's say we have here 65k. Yeah, we got here 65k token. Okay, this is the data that we got from the tool. Now here we're gonna end up with the tool input. Yeah, with the tool message. We have here the tool message. And you can see here for the data here, the amount of the data we have here 60k token. Now, instead of passing here all this data to the agents, we are going to do this. I'm gonna take here the data and then I'm gonna pass it to a summarization mirror. We have here summarization mirror, summarization. I'm gonna summarize the data. Okay, I'm gonna summarize the data. And then once I summarize it, I'm gonna take here the summary. We're gonna take the summary and then we're gonna keep inside a file. Okay, we're gonna pass here reports xx.md. Okay, we're going to take the data, we're gonna summarize it, and then we're gonna keep the data on the disk. And once we keep the data on the disk, we are going to take here these reports. We're gonna take the reports, and then we're gonna return here the name to the agents. And then later, if the agent wants, can read it. Okay, that's how context offloading works. And as you can see, if we head into the deepAgent folder, yeah, you can see if we head into the public folder, you can see we got here deepAgents. Now, inside the deepAgent folder, you can see we have here reports, and you can see we have here some numbers.md. Okay, you can see we have here reports, some numbers.md. Okay, when we were making research about chain thought, the agents make a web request, get data, summarize it, put the data into a file. And once it finish working, now it's gonna check all these files in order to create the final reports. Okay, you can see it's gonna check all these files. Okay, it's gonna check this, and once it finished, it's gonna create here final reports. And as you can see here, we got here final reports. Let me show you. You can see we got here CTO. Yeah, you can see research. It create here folder research. Okay, we put the data. Okay, let me head into the folder here. You can see we got here research, and you can see here this is the final reports. Okay, research, and you can see agents MD research. Okay, this is where the agent put the final reports. Okay, you can see, guys. You can see we have here some report generated by the agents. Okay. Now we are going to head into the middleware, the CS file. I've already passed the middleware. It's pretty easy to understand, guys. It's pretty easy. Now you can see we have here the tool output summarization middleware, and you can see I pass here browser tools, and we have here read URL and website. Okay, let's head into in here set tools. Yeah, you can see in here we have read URL. Okay, this is the web scraping tool that we use in order to extract data from a link. And we have here search tool, web search tool that allows to get data from the internet. This tool can return a huge amount of data. And instead of passing all the data to the agent, it's better to pass it first to a summarization middleware. Now you can see here we have here browser tools, and in here we head into here, we make a tool call. And then once we have the data here, I'm gonna convert it. I'm gonna make sure we got here a string. Once we have here a string, we're gonna take the string, we're gonna pass it to the variable right here. Okay, we're gonna pass in here. And then we're going to take here this data that we pass in here. We are going to move at the bottom here. You can see pass here summarize browser results. And I pass here summarize browser output. Okay, this is a function that I pass the tool results, and then we are going to take the data, we're gonna pass it to the LLM, and you can see pass summarization model. We pass it to the LLM, and then the LLM is going to return here data, okay? Nothing else. And once we get the summary, okay, you can see, let me show you first something else. You can see in here, at the top here, we pass here the model. And we have here max counter token, okay? This and this, okay? Why I pass here max counter tokens? Let me explain you why I pass this. And let's say here, the agent code tool, and it return here 65k token. I'm not gonna take all of this data, guys. I'm not gonna take all of this. Instead, I'm gonna take here only 30k token. I'm gonna take only 30k token. Okay, because if I take all of this data, I may eat the context window of the LLM. That's why I take here 30k token. Okay, and as you can see, we have here thresholds, max context tokens. Okay, we have here, we can see max context token. We have here 15k token and max truncated tokens. We have here 30k tokens. Okay, this is our limit. Okay, we aren't gonna take here all of this. Our limit is right here, 30k token only. I'm not gonna take all of this, because if I take all of this, I may end up eating the context window of the LLM. Now, once we got here the summary, we're gonna take now the summary. You can see summarize browser results. We're gonna key here the summary, and then you can see passing some codes in order to create a random file name. You can see reports. We pass it the timestamp and random number, and then we're gonna take here the file name and the content. We're gonna pass it on the disk. You can see pass it write file. Okay, we invoke here the tool in order to write the data, to write the summary on the disk. And then we are going to take here the file name. You can see this is the file name, and I pass here set result. Set results are saved in. We're gonna return here only the file name, nothing else. Okay. And once we return the file name to the manager agents, now the manager agents can read it immediately or later. Okay. It up to the manager agent. Okay. That's how it works. Okay. It's pretty simple. Okay. This is the summarization middleware. Okay. You can try to check it. Okay. Try to understand it. Okay. You can check it. Pretty easy. And you can see in here, we have here a summarize browser output function. We get here the summary. Then we take the summary. We keep it into a file. You can see we keep it into a file. And then at the bottom here, we're going to return here only the file name. Okay. This is a good strategy, guys, to implement, because if you don't do this, your model is gonna crash. Okay, you're gonna eat the context window every time you pass to your LLM, every time you pass to your agent questions about research. It's gonna end up eating the context window if you don't have a summarization middleware. It's better to do that. And also we got here something else. If I head into the deepAgents, and you can see here too, I pass here a summarization middleware. Okay, you can see summarization middleware. This is a built-in summarization middleware provided by LangChain. You can say import it from LangChain, and then here we have here some thresholds. You can see I pass here the summarization model, and then I pass the trigger. If we have 8 tokens and we have 15 message, we are going to trigger the summarization model, and then we're gonna keep here only 20 message. Okay, this is a summarization model. Okay, we are going to summarize the context window of the manage agents. Let me give you a trivial example. You can see, let's say this is the manage agents. Let's say we have here the manage agents. Manager agents. We have the manage agents here. Now inside the manager agents, we have here some message. Okay, let's say we have here 1, 2. We have here 3, and we have here 4. Okay, and let's say our threshold is equal to 4 message. Okay, let's say the threshold is equal to 4 message. When we're gonna eat here 4 message here, we are going to trigger the summarization model. Once we trigger it, we're gonna end up with something like this. We are going to end up, let's say, with 2 message. We're gonna keep here 2 message only. Okay, and this is how we can summarize the context window of the manage agents. Alright, guys. Now we're going to talk about agent skills. Agent skills are collections of folders containing instructions that the agent can read in order to improve its capability. Okay, that's what we call a skill. If you want to understand this pretty better, head on agentskills.io/home. Okay, now you can see we have here a little overview. You can see a skill is a simple, open format for giving agents a new capabilities and expertise. That's what we call a skill. We have here two agent skills. Agent skills are folders of instructions, scripts, and resources that an agent can discover and use to do things more accurately and efficiently. That's what we call agent folder. Agent folders are basically a collections of folders containing instructions. Okay, and these instructions are written into a file. Let me show you here an example of a file. Let me show you. You're gonna click here, and we're gonna see here an example of a skill file. Okay, it is like this. We have here something like this. Okay, we have here a skill. We have here skill. Yeah, skill.md. Okay, we have here skill.md. Okay, now before we dive in, I'm going to give you a preview example. If you don't understand this, definition here, okay, if you don't understand this, let me give you a preview example so that you can understand this better, guys. Now let's go back into here. Okay, let's say you want to build a blogger agent. Okay, now the goal of your blogger agent is to generate good posts. Okay, is to generate fantastic blog posts. Okay, this is the goal of your blogger agents. Now, in order to make it work, guys, you need to craft a better system prompt. You have to craft a better system prompt that guides your blogger agents how to generate a fantastic a blog post that people can spend time on it. Okay, this is the goal of your blogger agents. Now, you can see in our case we have here the deepAgents. Okay, we have here the deepAgents. Okay, if I head into here and I head into deepAgent folder, you're gonna see we got here something. If I head into deepAgents, okay, and you can see we got here the system prompt. Let me show you. Here's the system prompt. Okay, you are the assistant 2 collaborating with assistant 1. Assistant 1 handles the memory and transfer you user inputs that he cannot handle. Okay, this is the system prompt that we pass to the deepAgents. Here we don't have a system prompt that guides our deepAgents how to craft a better blog post. We don't have it in here. Okay, if you read here, we don't have that here. Okay, we don't have that here. Now, in order to give a new capability to our deepAgents, we are going to leverage here skills. That's what we're gonna leverage. Okay, as we said by definition, skills are new capability and expertise that we can add to an agent. Okay, you can see actually our deepAgent doesn't know how to craft a blog post. Okay, it doesn't know how to craft a blog post. Okay, now in order to make it work, we're gonna pass a skill to it. A skills is like instructions that guides the deepAgents how to do the work. Okay, we're gonna guide the deepAgents. Now, in order to add skills to our app, we are going to visit here this repository. Okay, entropics/skills. Okay, this is the link. Okay, this is the link, github.com/entropics/skills. Okay, head on this link, head on this repository and clone this repository. We're gonna get here skills. We're gonna add skills to our agents. Okay, once you clone that, you're gonna see something like this. Let me show you. Okay, you're gonna see something like this. Let me show you something. Okay, yeah, you can see we have here this. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, I'm going to copy that. Once you clone the repository, you're gonna head into the skills folder. You can see we have here this. Okay, we got here this. This is, you can see we have here skills. Okay, click here, you're gonna see something like this, guys. Okay, and then you can see we have here some skills. Okay, PDF. Okay, this is a skill that allows an agent to extract data from a PDF. If I click here, you can see we got here a description. Okay, let me reduce here the zoom a little bit. Okay, we are going to reduce here the zoom. Yeah, let me reduce here the zoom. Yeah, let me do something like this. Okay, you can see we got here a skill that guides you can see we have here a skill that guides the LLM how to extract data from a PDF. Okay, the name of the skill here is PDF, and you can see we got here a little description. Use this skill whenever the user wants to do anything with the PDF files. This includes reading or extracting text tables from a PDF, combining or merging multiple PDF into one, splitting PDF apart, rotating pages, adding watermarks, creating new PDFs. Okay, you can see we have here a lot of things. Okay, you can see we have here codes. Okay, the agents can use here these codes in the Python sandbox in order to extract data. The agent is gonna code some Python scripts in order to extract data from a PDF or to manipulate a PDF. Okay, you can see this is skill, guys. You can see we have here a lot of instructions. Okay, you can see we have here instructions. Okay, the agents can read it. Okay, you can see we have this. You can see we have here some set of instructions that the LLM can use in order to extract data from a PDF. We have here too another skill here. Okay, XLS. You can see we got here the description. Use this skill anytime a spreadsheet file is the primary input. If you give to our agents is a spreadsheet file, the agent's gonna know how to extract data and modify stuff inside that spreadsheet. Okay, because it is the skill. And you can see we have here some helpers, we have even code. Okay, that's why it's better to pass to an agent a sandbox environment, because it can code. Okay, now you're gonna head on the repository, and then you're gonna get here this folder, head into the folder, and then you're gonna copy everything in here, and then you're gonna head into the public folder of our deepAgent, pass here folder skills, deepAgent skills. You're gonna pass it in here. Okay, you can see that actually I got here a lot of skills, guys. You can see we have a lot of stuff here. And as you can see, let me show you. Actually here I got only, okay, we got here 17 skills. Okay, we don't have a lot of skills in here. Okay, but if I head into our projects, let me head into inside of our projects. Okay, we're gonna head into server projects, and then I'm gonna head into public. And you can see in here we have deepAgent and we have here skills. Okay, you can see we have here 30 items. Okay, into the folder we have 30 items. So why we have here 30 items? Previously, when I was building this, guys, I interact with the agents, and then the agent creates other skills. Okay, it improves itself. Okay, via the skills folder. You can see in here we have a folder here. Let's see. You can see we got here this skill creator. Okay, this is skill. Okay, that guides the LLM how to create a new skill. Okay, I think you get the idea. Skill creator. Skill creator is a skill that guides the LLM to create a new skill. Okay, let me show you. Let me give you an example. Okay, let me give you an example. Actually, our deepAgent doesn't know how to create a blog post, and now I'm passing an input. Hello, I need you to create a skill for writing a good blog post. Okay, now if I tap this, the agent is gonna create a new skill. Okay, you're gonna see they're gonna create here a new skill. Okay, here's the input, we pass here the input. Okay, now the agent's gonna think here. You're gonna see it's gonna start thinking here. You're gonna see it's gonna work here. Yeah, you can see. Okay, you can see finish here. Okay, actually this is not the deepAgent. Okay, now what I'm going to do, you can see actually, you can see if we head into here, we don't invoke here the deepAgents. You can see we didn't invoke here the deepAgents. Okay, you pass here you assistant 1, you should not create skills. I'm passing now ask assistant 2 to create a skill for writing a good blog post. You're gonna see that in action. Now the deepAgent start working. Okay, skill creator. Yeah, you can see in here it identify here skill creator. He used the skill creator in order to create a new skill. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, now the deepAgent is creating a new skill. Okay, yeah, you can see it's spawning a sub agent. Okay, continue working. Okay, you can see actually we have here one to do in progress. Now the deepAgent is creating a new skill, guys, and it's gonna do it. Yeah, now the deepAgent is making web research, and once it finish, we're gonna have a new skill. Okay, continue working. And if we head into in here, you're gonna see the bottom here is reading files. Okay, yeah, you can see it makes here equal here to web search, blog post structure, and formatting guidelines. Okay, the deepAgent is making research how to craft a good post. Okay, and now you can see now it finished here. We got now here the skill. Okay, now the deepAgent creates here a new skill. You can see blog post writer. Okay, a skill for creating well-structured, engaging SEO friendly blog posts that capture attention and drive. Yeah, I don't see something else here. Yeah, let's head into the skills folder, and then you're gonna see we have here the blog post, we have here the skill. Let's head into the skill folder. You can see in here the agents add here another folder, blog post writer. Okay, we got here a new skill created by the deepAgent. Okay, the deepAgent is able to improve itself. Guys. Okay, via the skills folder. You ask to add something, it doesn't know. Ask it to create a skill. It's gonna make research and improve itself. Okay, it's gonna improve itself. At the beginning, when I download this repository, let me show you something. Let me show you something. At the beginning, as you can see, if you head on the repo, if you head into here and you clone this repository, you're gonna get this number. You're gonna get here 70 skills. Okay, but actually I got here 31 skills. Okay, this is the total number of skills that I got into the deepAgent folder. Okay, I didn't create anything. The deepAgent does. Okay, I didn't create anything. deepAgent does. It improved itself. Okay, actually it finished. You can see it finished, guys. Okay, we have here capture intent for blog post writer. Okay, and we have here a lot of stuff. It finished creating the skill, ready to use. Okay, and if I head into here, you can see we have here even evils. Okay, we have here a lot of stuff. Okay, oh yeah, you can see this is the skill. You can see if right now I ask the deepAgent to create me a blog post about something, it's gonna do it. Okay, now let's give it a test. Okay, let me pass here. Creates me a blog post about prompt engineering. Store that into blog post.md file. Okay, this is the input. Now our agent is able to create a good blog post. Okay, is able to do that because it has here skill. Okay, when I'm gonna click here, they're gonna give a control to the deepAgents, and then you're gonna see it's gonna read here skill. Okay, yeah, you can see it identify here skill. Okay, blog post writer. Okay, it already read. Okay, it read the skill. Okay, and you can see it identify here the skill. You can see creating a comprehensive blog post about prompt engineering, and as you can see here, it read the skill. Okay, this how it works. Okay, before you start doing something, the agent is checking the skills folder. Okay, and yeah, I finish exporting to I finish here, guys. Let me check here the blog post. I'm gonna click here back. Yeah, you can see we have here the blog post here, and I can read it. Okay, The ultimate guide to prompt engineering, master the art of communication with AI. You can see we got here a good blog post. Okay, this is a good blog post, guys. Alright guys, now we're gonna learn how to teach our agent to learn and improve. That's what we're gonna learn right now, guys. Previously, we talked about skills. We said skills are a set of instructions that we can add to an agent so that an agent can perform a given task. That's what we talked about previously. And also we pass an input to our agent to create a blog post skills, and it did it. Okay, that's what we talked about previously. Now we're gonna learn how to improve. We're gonna learn how to teach our agent to learn and improve. Okay, now you can see we got here the user, and the user pass an input to the agents, and then the agent can respond to the user. So if I pass an input to the agents and then the agent doesn't come up with a great answer, I can ask the agent to improve. You know, guys, this agent has a memory. We can ask the agent to improve so that later it cannot do the same mistake. Okay, this is how we can improve an agent via feedback loop. The agent does a mistake, you correct it, and so on. Okay, this is how you can improve these agents. Now I'm gonna pass you an input. We're gonna head into in here, and then I'll pass you this input. Let me show you. This is the inputs. Find gaps into the blog post skill and suggest me some improvements that we can apply to it for crafting good blog posts. This is the input that we're gonna pass to the agents. Now I can copy this input and then we're gonna pass it to the agents. Okay, we're gonna pass it in here, and then tap enter. Okay, and now here the agent's gonna find gaps into the blog post skills, and then we can ask the agent to improve it. Okay, actually they're gonna pass control to the deep agents, and then the deep agents is gonna start analyzing the blog post skills, and then as you can see, the deep agents found the blog post skills and then start analyzing it. Okay, actually they are analyzing it, and right here you can see we got here to do. And as you can see in here, locate and examine, you can see here, locate and examine all blog posts, write skill files, analyze skill structure, prompts, and capabilities. Yeah, you can see the left here, we got it to do. And actually the agent is working on it. And here you can see the agent spawn here is sub-agents. And here the agent is making research again, is trying to improve the skill, okay, the blog post skill. And as you can see here, the agent is working on the latest task here. Yeah, on this task here, research best practices for blog post creation. Okay, actually the agent is working on that. Yeah, guys, you can see actually the agent still work on the fourth task here. You can see research best practices for blog post creation. And then on the fifth task, the agent it's gonna synthesize the findings and suggest concrete improvements. We're gonna wait a bit. It's gonna take a minute, guys. Actually, the agent is working. Okay. The agent finished working, guys, and as you can see the left, it completed all to-dos, and right here now we got the reports. Okay, blog post writer skill analysis report, that empty. Now you can see here's the reports. If I click here view, we're gonna see it. Okay, let me click here on view, and then we're gonna see it. Okay, you can see blog post writer skill, gap analysis, and improvements recommendation. Okay, here's the blog post skill. And now what I'm going to do, guys, I'm gonna ask the agents to apply these improvements to the blog post skill, and then it's gonna do it. And you can see you make here receive first, and then you can see we have the critical. Okay, you can see we have the critical, high, medium. Okay, this is the report. You can read it, guys. Okay, we have a lot of stuff. Current skill assessments, clear structure. Let me see here something. Okay, let me move edit tab here. Okay, let me move edit tab here. Okay, we're gonna move edit tab here again. And And as you can see, we got here part 1, current skill assessment, what the skill does well. Okay, we got here what the skill does well. Now let me scroll at the bottom here and see something here. Current skill structure. Okay, we got here the structure. And here, as you can see on part 2, identify gaps and weaknesses of the skill, of the blog post skill. And you can see missing SEO elements. Okay, you can see we got here ladder issue into the blog post skill. And now what I'm going to ask the agent is to improve it. Okay, we're going to ask the agent to improve it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this, guys. And then we are going to tell the agent, I can copy this file, and then I'm pass here, apply these improvements. And then the agent is going to improve itself. Okay, we're going to pass here, apply these, we're going to pass apply these improvements. And then we'll pass here the name of the file where these improvements are kept. And now the agent is going to improve the blog post skill. Okay, you're going to see the agent is going to start working on it. And here now the memory agent is going to transfer control to the deep agents. And as you can see, the agent here starts working on it. Okay, and as you can see, the agent start working on it. Okay, and you can see create here first the to do. Okay, and as you can see right here, the agent is working on it. Okay, let me move at the top here. You can see read the analysis report from Sandbox /blog post writer, and then you can see you finish reading the reports. And then for the second task here is to read the current skill, that empty file, in the skills /blog post writer folder. And then the agent is going to start updating the file, apply improvements. Okay, and this is how the agent can improve itself, guys. Okay, it doesn't know how to do a given task. Ask the agent to create a skill. Let's say you wanna ask the agent to create a React app. Actually, the agent doesn't know how to create a React app. Now you have to ask the agent to make research first, and then the agent is going to make research, and then it's going to create a skill for creating a React app. It's going to do it. And once you finish creating the skill, and for the next time you ask your agent, create me a React app, it's going to do it, guys, because it got the skill. Okay, it got the skill. And as you can see at the left, the agent is updating the skill.md file. Okay, is applying improvements. And again, if we ask the agent to create us a blog post, we're gonna create a blog post with these new improvements. Okay, this is how you can interact with the agent in order to improve it. Okay, this is a deep agent. It can take even 1 hour or 2 hour working. Okay, guys, as you can see, is working, guys. Okay, and it has memory. If it does a mistake, just correct your agents, and it's not gonna do it in the future. Okay, actually the agent is working on that. And let me head into in here and see what we got here. You can see actually the agent is reading files, writing files. That's what the agent is doing in the background. And as you can see here, guys, I see something here, guys. The agent code here, something, let me show you. You can see in here, guys, on this stage here, the agent code here, the think tool. Think tool, it allows the agent to reflect back on the data. It can, once the agent finish working, it can take its result and reflect back on it. Okay, think about it and try to see if it can apply improvements. Okay, you can see the agent code here, think tool, and as you can see here, you can see the agent actually is working on that, creating a template folder with schema JSON files, article FAQ, and he already completed here 7 tasks here out of 10. And yeah, will continue working here, guys. And then it's gonna create a checklist and export files deliverable to Sandbox folder. Okay, and now you can see we got here a lot of files created by the deep agent. You can see we got here a lot of files here. And what I'm going to do next, guys, I'm going to ask the deep agent to delete all files in here. I'm going to ask the deep agent, go ahead and delete these reports. Or I can ask the deep agent a question like, when you start making research, first check your working directory and try to clean some irrelevant files and organize folders, the deep agent is gonna do it. Okay, it can remove all these files here, because if we get into the file system tools of the deep agents, I've added here quite a few tools to the deep agents, and you can see I pass it the batch edit, file copy, you can copy, and you can say pass it delete. I pass it delete. The deep agent has the ability to delete a file. Now, if I ask the deep agent to go ahead and delete all these irrelevant files, the deep agent is gonna do it, and it's gonna arrange the working folder. That's how it works, guys. Okay, that's how it works. Now let's go ahead in here and see where the agents is. Okay, you can see actually continue working. Okay, continue improving the deep agent, continue improving the blog post writer skill. Okay, you can see actually the deep agent is working on something like here performance tracking, and yeah, the deep agent finish working, and as you can see in here, it finished working, and then as it finished working, we got here the reports. Okay, blog post writer skill version 2, and you can see we got here version 2 implementation reports, and you can see okay, we got here the deep agent apply all these improvements. Okay, yeah, as you can see, it finished. And what I'm going to ask now the deep agents, I'm not asking to remove all these files in here. I'm not ask the deep agent to create a skill. Okay, we're gonna ask the deep agent and pass you this input. Create a skill. Okay, create a skill that you will read before start doing research. The purpose is to clean your working directory. As you know, we got reports, we got research files. I can pass something like this, reports, and I pass cx6.empty and generating during research. Before starting a new research, I can pass here first, clean your working there, or arrange it. I can pass here something like this, arrange it, and we're gonna copy these guys, and then we're gonna copy this, we're gonna pass it to the deep agent, and it's gonna do it. Let's see here. I can pass here this input, and then I'm tap inner here. Now let's see what we're gonna have here. And again here, you're gonna see the deep agent is gonna start working again. Okay, I'll transfer this task to assistant 2. Actually, the transfer here the task to assistant 2. Okay, they transfer the task, and then okay, the deep agents start working, and as you can see, we have here, he already created here a skill workspace cleaner, and as you can see, if we head into here, you're gonna see the deep agent is gonna clear. It's gonna clear these files. It's gonna delete them all. Okay, you're gonna see in a bit of a moment they're gonna delete all these reports.md files in here. Okay, the deep agents already finished reports. And as you can see, okay, we got here pre-stage workflow. We create again here to do. Okay, now the deep agent is working on it. Let me see what it's doing in the background here. Let me scroll at the bottom here. Okay, we don't got here anything. Okay, we don't got anything in here. Yeah, I start reading files and writing files. Okay, actually, I think the deep agent is creating here something. Now, yeah, you can see guy here. Now let me update the to-do list and create a config for default setting. Now let me create a. Okay, the deep agent is working on that, guys. never clean. Yeah, you can see here the agents create here skill workspace cleaner config.json, and let me head into it, and I'm gonna show you what we got inside of it. And if we head into in skills folder, and we're gonna locate here skill workspace cleaner, you can see, and the agents create here this workspace cleaner, and as you can see, file pattern always safe. Okay, check before clean. Okay, never clean. Yeah, the agent will not clean the skills folder, sandbox files, .git and readme.md. Okay, the deepAgent will not clean these folders or files located into the skills folder or the sandbox files folder. Okay, now as you can see, the deepAgent is creating here a new skill and now is working on it. Let me see here if the deepAgent already cleaned these files. Okay, you can see actually you haven't yet cleaned here these files. It's still working. Okay, you can see here we got here the skill. Yeah, the skill is ready to integrate with reset workflow. Before any reset task, the skill will automatically scan for all reset files or for cleaning options, clean the workspace, then proceed with reset. Would you like me to test the skill by running a quick reset task? Yeah, you can see the agents ask me something, okay, and I can pass here. Yeah, and pass yes, do it, and we're gonna see here, guys, if the agents. Okay, now let's see here. Okay, now the agent's gonna start testing the skill. Okay, the agents are working. Okay, it's pulling here some agents, workflow updater, skill integrator, workflow tester, and okay. And let me see what we got in here, guys. We still have here these files. The agent's still working. Okay, it's still working. Okay, the agents identify here some files that we need to clean. Okay, the agents is working in here, guys. Yeah, as you can see, actually, guys, as you can see, the deepAgent is already delete these files. Okay, you can see we don't have here these files again. We don't have them here. You can see the deepAgent is working. Delete them all, and you can see the deepAgent doesn't delete here the sandbox. Okay, the sandbox files folder, and it cannot delete here the skills folder. Okay, let me see here. Okay, let me see here something. Okay, we got here something. Okay, yeah, the deepAgent continue working, and actually it arranged the folder. Okay, is making a test here. And guys, I'm gonna cut here this. And you just learn how to improve an agent. Okay, this is how we can improve an agent, guys. If you are chatting with the agents, it doesn't have a lot of competence, it's better to ask the agent to create skills and improve itself. This is how you can improve an agent via feedback loop. Okay, guys, this is how you can improve the agents. And if you want your agents to act autonomously, you can ask you guys, and it's gonna do it. Okay, it's gonna do it, guys. And yeah, that's all, guys. I see you in the next one. Alright, guys, now gonna learn how to run Nodejs app into a Sandbox environment. That's what we're gonna learn right now, guys. Now install Docker if you haven't already. Now, as you can see here, I got quite a few Nodejs image. I got here this Nodejs Chromium. I'm gonna copy that. I got here this custom Nodejs image, and I got here a Node Calendar 2022-slim. Okay. Now, if you wanna install a Docker image, you can head into in here, head into in here, guys. And then you're gonna run here. You're gonna pass this input to your agents. Build me an Express server using this Docker image. And then you're gonna pass here the version. And then the agent is gonna do it, and then it's gonna spin up an Express server into the Sandbox environment. And also I got here another Nodejs image, Nodejs Chromium, and as you can see the size here, you can see we got here the size is 2 GB. Okay, you can see for the Nodejs image with tag 2020, you can see the size here is 300 megabyte. Okay, you can see the size is pretty little. And for this one here, for this image, Nodejs Chromium, I'm gonna use here this for web scraping. And as you can see, inside of it, we have here, I install Puppeteer, I install PlayWright, I install Extras, Cheerio, GSTorm, and we have here 2 Chromium. Yeah, the agent can use this Docker image in order to do web automation stuff. Okay, it can scrape the web, it can do other stuff using here this Docker image. Okay, you can see we have here a lot of stuff. Now, once your agent is already installed a Docker image, now you need to ask your agent to create a skill. Okay, you can see in here, I got a skill here. You can see we have here, I got a skill here. Let me show you. If I head into the skills folder, yeah, we got here skills folder, and we have here Nodejs Sandbox. Okay, Nodejs Sandbox. And you can see this is the skill the agent used in order to create a Nodejs app. Okay, and as you can see, we got here the version, you can see we got here the image, Nodejs Chromium. Every time I ask my agent to create a Nodejs app for me, it's gonna use here this Docker image. And as you can see, previously it was this version. Okay, this is the previous version, you can see. And then I pass it this input, update the skills for every Nodejs app. We'll use the Docker image by default, Nodejs Chromium Sandbox, Calling Lattice. Okay, I asked it to update the Docker image. Okay, and it did it. Okay, it did it, guys. And now I'm gonna copy these inputs. I'm gonna copy this input right here. We're gonna copy this. Build me an Express server with 2 endpoints. First endpoint should return hello world. Second endpoint should return a list of 6 to-dos. Okay, of 6 to-dos. I'm gonna copy this, and then you're gonna pass it to the agent, and then the agent, it's gonna do it. Let's copy that. We're gonna pass in here, and then you're gonna see the agent is gonna start working. Okay, actually, they give control to the agent too. Okay, let me see here. Okay, we got here some stuff here. Okay, let me check here. Okay, now as you can see here, guys, the agent is reading the skills folder, and then it create here to do. And you can see we got here step 1, identify the right skill, the Nodejs Sandbox skill. And you can see we got here the image, Nodejs Chromium Sandbox Lattice. Now let me read the Sandbox output. And as you can see, it's spawning here sub-agents. And this sub-agent is gonna run an Express server into the Sandbox environments. Okay, actually the agent finished, and now let's run here this. Let me see if we got here a container which is running. Yeah, you can see we got here a container. Okay, we got a container which is running, Sandbox. If I go back here, you're gonna see we got here that container. Yeah, you can see here we got the container which is running. Now let me try this. We're gonna copy here. Okay, let me check. Okay, it continue working, guys. It haven't yet finished. It haven't yet finished, guys. You can see again it's spawned here in other sub agents. Express builder version 2. Let's wait a bit until it finish. Yeah, you can see, guys, that actually the agent finished working. The agents finish working, guys. Now we're gonna try to give it a shot and see what we're gonna have here. You can see we got here 2 euro. I'm gonna copy this euro and we're gonna pass in here, guys. I'm pass here and I'm tap enter. You can see actually we got here hello world. Now let's copy the second euro. Okay, the second euro in here, guys. To-do list. We're gonna copy here these two and then I'm pass in here. And then you're gonna see the results. Yeah, you can see we got here to-dos. We got here 6 to-dos. It works pretty well. Do that. Practice, guys. And you're gonna get the results. Okay? Practice, you can see actually works pretty well. It works pretty well, guys. Okay? The agents run a Nodejs app into a Docker container. Okay? It works. Alright, guys, now we're gonna add browsing capability to our deepAgents. Actually, our deepAgents isn't able to fill a web form. It doesn't know how to do that. And also it cannot take a screenshot of a web page. It cannot do that. Now we're gonna give this capability to our deepAgents. Now, the first thing we need to do, guys, we need to have a Nodejs image where we have Chromium install and PlayWright. Now, let me show you. I got it in here. I've already installed it. I'm gonna pull the link down description of this file. Okay, I'm gonna pull the link down description, and you can see we got here the Docker file, and in here you can see I install here Chromium. We got here Chromium and other libraries. Okay, we got in here, and I installed two into the Docker image. I install here Puppeteer, PlayWright, Axios, Cheerio, JSTOM. Okay, I got all this stuff into the Docker image. Okay, that's why you can see the size here. You can see the size here is 1.9 gigabytes. Okay, you can see the size is pretty big. Okay, now you're gonna do that. Okay, the link down description of this file. Now, once you got the Docker image installed on your computer, the next thing you need to do, guys, is to copy this. I'm going to copy this command because actually I haven't yet created a skill that guides the LLM how to take a screenshot. Actually, I'm gonna copy this. And then we're gonna pass to the agent. We're gonna see if the agent is gonna take a screenshot of a web page. You can see this is the input. Use this image. Yeah, I'm gonna pass here this. I'm pass here only create a Node.js app, and so we pass the port we pass the ports, and I pass here screenshot should go into the public folder. Then return the proxy URL to view the screenshot. And here the agent's gonna install this additional package, PlayWright extra, and it's gonna install here Puppeteer extra plugin stealth. Okay, and then it's gonna import here this, and then it's gonna take a screenshot of web page. Okay, it's gonna pass you this. Okay, and yeah, now I'm going to copy this. Let me show you where I copy this code first. You can see I copy the code from here, guys. I copy this code from here, and now I want to pass it to the agent to see if the agent's gonna be able to take a screenshot of a web page. Now I'm gonna copy this, and then we're gonna head into the app here. We're gonna pass it this, and then we're gonna tap enter. Now let's see if the agent's gonna be able to take the screenshot of a web page. Okay, actually now the agent start working. I think the agent start working. Okay, we run into a compression layer here, guys. You can see. Yeah, you can see actually the agent start working. Okay, the agent start working. Okay, the agent start working. Okay, yeah, the agent start working. Okay, you can see the left it creates to-dos. Identify the RAS key now, understand the workflow. Let me create a to-do and execute this task. Create a to-do list for multi-step task. Well, yeah, you can see spawn a sub agent, PlayWright step saver. Okay, created to do for multiple step. And as you can see, the agent is working. And when it's gonna finish, we're gonna get here the URL. And later, if I want, I can ask the agent to create a skill for that, a web automation skill. It can do it. As you can see, guys, the agent finished working, and it take here a screenshot. Okay, this is the URL. Let me show you. Here's the URL provided by the agent. Okay, you can see it passes here the proxy URL, the port stealth.png. We're gonna copy this, and then we're gonna pass it into the browser. We're gonna see here what we're gonna have here. Oh yeah, great. Everything is working, guys. It's working. Now you can see actually as we got here the screenshot, it's great. But actually we don't have here skill. We don't have here skill. The agent doesn't know how to do web automation. The agent doesn't know how to do web automation. Now what I'm going to do, guys, I got a skill here. Let me see if we got a skill into the skills folder for web automation. Let me see here PlayWright. Let me look for PlayWright here. Okay, yeah, you can see we got here PlayWright skill. Okay, now I'm going to inform the agents to start using here this skill. Okay, it's gonna start using here this. Okay, it's gonna start using here this. Okay, and for web automation, I'm gonna inform the agent to use this. Okay, PlayWright. Okay, we're gonna use the agent for this. And let me try to inform the agent about this. Okay, for web automation, use this skill. Okay, and I'm passing. Here's the input, guys. For web automation, use. I'm going to copy here the name. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. Okay, we're gonna copy this. And then I'm going to pass it to the agents. For web automation, use this skill. And also, you should use this Docker image. I'm passing you the Docker image. Okay, we're gonna pass here. You should use this. You should use this Docker image. Okay. And I'm pass the agents to add this into the skill documentation. And then I'm tap enter, and for the next time, the agent is gonna use it. Okay, also this import preferences. Okay, and let me see what we got here. Okay, first of all, the agent write into the memory, and then it pass control to another agent. Okay, you can see task handed to assistant 2, and okay, you can see add. Okay, assistant 2 will now update the skill with these preferences, and as you can see, actually it doesn't work. Let me see at the bottom here why it doesn't continue. Yeah, we got here an error. You can see we got here an error. Okay, we got here an error, and I'm pass here continue. I don't know why we got an error. We're gonna pass here continue working. Okay, now you're gonna pass here control to another agent. Okay, the agent is about to finish. And as you can see, he finished, guys. He finished. Okay, and this is how we can add PlayWright, guys. Okay, you just need to install this Docker image. Install only this Docker image, and then ask your agent to create a skill. Okay, create a skill. Okay, you can even take the contents of this Docker file, and then you ask your agent to make web research on how to do web automation, and then the agent is gonna start working on it, and then you're gonna get a skill ready to use. Okay, you're gonna get a skill ready to use. Okay, this is how it works. And that's all, guys, for this video. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Peace.